So in my situation,
wow.
I was put on child support essentially at 12 years old. I found out about the case. I was on child support for 7 years after that, when I found out about that case. They said I didn't respond within 6 months, so therefore I was deemed the legal father, even though the courts said he was at an age to where he wasn't even producing semen to be able to conceive a child. But that still had no bearings on why the case got dismissed.
Like, what the lady that was receiving it, like, she just let it ride?
She let it ride. She let it ride.
Did she know you?
Yeah, she knew me. She was a friend of my cousin. But the thing is, at that time, I'm 12. She was probably 14 or 15 or something like that. So she was a minor herself. At this time, once she had the baby, she was receiving the government assistance. So that's why they came after me. But here's the thing. I never penetrated the woman. Now, being like, I don't want to, because I know she has other kids, so I don't, talk too much about that. But I was knocking on the door, but I'm 12 years old. Look, I don't even know if I was knocking on the right door or not. It could have been a leg, a thigh. I don't know what it was, but I never penetrated her, and she said the same. It's like we never had sex. So, but being that I didn't challenge it within those 6 months, I was deemed the legal father. And even though I proved that, they said that don't matter. You're the legal father, but the case didn't get dismissed until I proved that they forged signatures and they falsified evidence.
I'm sorry, TJ. I gotta step in. You hot little 14 years old, walking up to the goddamn store, talking about every little nigga house. Give him some cat. You hot little. That's what's wrong with y'all little hoes. Outside. That's what the outside gets. Nigga finally beat the system. You gonna sit there and let a black man go down and pay for a child that you know your hot ass ain't have him as the father. You hot little. I'm sorry. I had to.
He said I got to interview.
TJ said it. I mean, TJ did not say it. I said it. I called you a hot little. Not him. He was very professional and polite. Ugly Money Nietzsche called you a hot little. Daddy. 14 years old. You don't know who the damn daddy. All these little is penetrating you with hot little. Ugly Money. Woo! I apologize, brother. We can get back to it.
Bruh, like it is like people always ask me like how do you, bro, this is my life. Like I actually went through it. Like this is my life, and that's what child support fraud came from. Like me personally, I'm a calm, reserved, chill, laid back person, but I can speak passionately about this situation because this is my life and this is what I went through.
So you finally get to court. You prove that you were a minor or never even ever served papers, and the court just said, "Sorry, you're too late."
Yes,
and it sounds insane.
So the thing with that is they actually had me. They made me prove it, even though they already knew it. So what they did was once I looked. So look, this Ugly Money podcast. So we gonna keep it on some street.
Keep it real.
Let's keep it street. The police come kicking your door at 12 p.m. You get to court. You and your baby mama, y'all crimees. Y'all get booked. They take y'all down to the station, put y'all in separate rooms. Let's see who gonna make statements. We get to court. We looking at the paperwork. The paperwork say you entered the house at 12 p.m. But then my attorney look at it and say, hey, the warrant wasn't signed. It's a 1201. What does that mean? That means you had everything that you found in the house, you found it prematurely. So therefore, it's inadmissible. It can't be used. It's the same process. With them, they said that they served me at a house. So I looked at the address and said, no, I didn't live there. This 20 years ago. Who the f don't have records from 20 years ago? The Department of Water and Power.
That ugly money.
The Department of Water and Power. I sent they ass a subpoena. Come to court and testify who lived at this address on this date at this time. They came and said we didn't have no service there. Nobody lived at this address at this date at this time. So how the f did you get a signature from anybody on this date at this time at this house? And then I proved that because they said that they served somebody named Michael Tillman when it ain't nobody named Michael in my entire family.
Wow.
How did I prove that? You know, you know how when your grandmama passed, my grandmother had just passed away, and her obituary, it got all her brothers, her sisters, cousins. Ain't nobody named Michael and nowhere in this old goddamn obituary. So as I'm presenting this evidence, they looking at it like in conglomerate with the Department of Water and Power. The judge say, we're going to rule that the proof of service was invalid. I said, invalid? What do you mean invalid? Invalid? I said, So I took the small win. I came back the very next hearing. I got the word invalid next to fraud on a big screen right in front of the courtroom. I said, invalid is consistent with fraud because it says the exact same thing. And when I said that, the lady, the fake judge, she leaned up and she said, I was sorry. I'm reluctant to call it what it is, but I now have to say that the proof of service is fraud. Child support attorney said objection. Why? Because she didn't agree with what she just said. And at that point, they dismissed that case for extrinsic fraud after 22 years because I proved that they never even followed their own procedures to open the case to begin with.
Wow. This is a lot, bro. Fake judge. I like that term.
I gotta give shout out to Rick W on YouTube because he coined that. I just took it and ran with it.